Sir, we are live today.
Fine.
We'll start with those questions which are already asked. People are wishing you good morning.
Okay, good morning, boys and girls.
Nisaj Shikalgar has asked, hello sir, I completed my graduation since 6 months now. I'm preparing for engineering exams, but due to COVID, no exam was conducted, especially government exams for the past 6 months. Am I wasting my time? Will this impact my personality and assessment?
So what I have understood is that after graduation, this boy is spending 6 months. What exams is he writing for 6 months? Because he's already done engineering. Okay, he must be writing some government examinations, the SSC, CGL and all that. And maybe CDS, FPAT. Think it like this, as you grow, we'll go back to the time of writing of the ND exam for the defense services or the IIT JEE. You see, these are the first competitive or NEET. These are the first competitive examinations you come across. The right way to do it in the course of your normal sequence. That is, once you have finished your 12th, you should be in a position to clear these examinations with maximum 2-3 months of preparation. If you are not able to do that, then aptitude wise you are not competent enough, or you've not utilized your time well enough. This taking out time, taking a drop to prepare for IIT, taking a 2-year drop for NEET, taking a drop for NDA, these are not right things. You should not be doing these things. Similarly, after you have done your graduation, you should get on with taking a job. If you are a BE or a BTech, you should get on with the job. You get your campus placement, you should take that. And you should start working. These examinations, UPSC, CDS, FCAT and all that, you should be clearing them. SSC, CGL, you should be clearing all these examinations while you're working, not taking a drop and sitting at home. Very similar to what people were doing after 12th class. So it is not warranted. It should not be done. I'm totally against it. And talking about the impact on SSB, the impact definitely would be there because it shows that you have taken a not very right approach towards your life. And what a competent person should have done without having to take any drop year or period, you are requiring that. That means you are not that competent or you're not systematic enough. So cognizance will definitely be taken and it would not be positive. Now, what you have to do is that if you have wasted 6 months already, that is something which has gone in the drain. You can't alter it. It can't change at all. So what you should do now is take up a work, start working systematically and don't get away from work to write these examinations. They should be done while you are working. Thank you.
Sir, Rahul Saxena is asking, does OIR test ratings, OIR, the officer intelligence ratings, do matter till the conference stage? what is the importance of OIR? Uh,
Okay. OIR is a test of reasoning. It provides the assessors a concrete evidence of the current reasoning caliber of an individual. So to that extent, it is important for us. Now, the OIR rating is relevant only as far as your screening test is concerned. Thereafter, once you have been screened in, it is not having any value. We all assessors will do your assessment of your reasoning ability, effective intelligence, these qualities to do with the brain organizing ability and all that. You can check out all these qualities from the website, OLQs. So all these things assessors will do on their own, by their own techniques. They will assess these qualities and thereafter assign you the rating. We will not be using this OIR figure thereafter. So individual assessments by the assessors, it is not playing a role in the conference. It is not playing a role. It was relevant. It is relevant only as far as the screening part is concerned. Thereafter, it is of no consequence. Fine. Thank you.
This question had been asked, but again, it's coming. Shivam Kumar is asking, which is better, permanent commission or short service commission?
See, this is becomes debatable. Why it becomes debatable? Earlier, when I had just left the defense forces and I had started this work, this guidance program in 2014, when the new regime had just about come, I was quite positive about India's future. That is, at that time, I was a very strong advocate of people, those who are graduates, opting for short service commission. Reason was that if you go for short service commission, you can gain the experience of Fauji life. And in case you are good and you are keen to continue serving in the defense services, you can opt for permanent commission and you can get on with it. So this possibility exists. So, and I felt that the knowledge and experience which you had gained in the defense services would be useful in the corporate world as well. And I felt that earning salaries, accelerating growth opportunities were apparently better in the corporate world. As I see of the state of our country today, things seem to be pretty bleak. Now, you can consider my view as biased or whatever, but this is what my considered view is. I don't think that things are going great in India at the moment. So, considering that, I feel that I have changed my view, and I would say that going for permanent commission is a safer and better option today. However, once again, that point remains that as a short service commissioned officer, if you're getting that entry, you can always opt to get become a permanent officer, provided, of course, you are good enough and you are motivated enough. So it's become slightly debatable. Earlier, I was very much pro short service commission, but today I am drifting more towards permanent commission because of the state that our country is going through. I was very gung-ho about the demographic dividend and how India GDP will grow 8-9% and all that. That was the trend what I had seen. But today, negative GDP, unemployment and all that, considering all that, I have changed my views now. Fine, that's it.
Yes, sir. Sir, Vatsal is asking, sir, I am in 10th standard. So when should I start my preparation? Just in 10th standard.
Actually, if you are keen to join the defense services, or if your desire is to become a competent person, there is no time too early to start. You start today, and things are very simple. What you have to do is be a good student. That is academically be good, be good with your language, be good with your mathematical ability. Don't crave for marks, crave for understanding things. Be curious. That should be your approach towards academics. And do not have a lopsided personality that is totally academic oriented. Take part in sports games, be physically fit, and keep your general awareness also okay. If you do these things, then what will happen in the long run? You will be successful in any job that you go, and your chances of selection by the SSB would also be higher. So it is as simple as that. Preparation for SSB, there is nothing like preparation for SSB. It is preparation for life. If you are an effective person in your life, that as a student you are expected to be, as I told you, then your chances of selection in the SSB would be good. That's all.
Yes, sir. Sir, Ankita Tana is asking, sir, in GTO, if I do well in lecture aid, GD, GP, but I do not do well in PGT, HGT, that command task and half group task and all, what will happen?
Firstly, these hypothetical situations are totally incorrect. It is not possible that a person is very good in group planning exercise, but he is absolutely useless in PGT. It cannot happen because it is the same brain which is working. I fail to foresee how a person can evolve practically sensible solutions for a group planning exercise, but when he is confronted with the Balli Fatta task, his brain just switches off. It cannot happen. So this hypothetical question is a hypothetical question. What I can perceive from Ankita's question is that probably, comparatively speaking, she was more confident as far as her participation in GT or delivering of a lecture was concerned. And to some extent, even the group planning exercise in which her general awareness and all was of hardly any use because it was absolutely practical problem which needed solution. So it would, if her practical sense is of a low order, comparatively speaking, compared to her theoretical knowledge, then her performance to some extent in group planning exercise would also be somewhat lower. And in PGT, she probably got overwhelmed by the circumstances. There were a lot of coaching academy people came who did not allow others to speak and kept holding on to the Balli Fatta and all that. Such things are possible. So little bit of, I would say, inhibition may be there. And that is why initially what may happen is that Ankita is getting a feeling that her performance in PGT was not that good. I will explain it with my own example. It will give you a better clarity of understanding this thing. See, in our times, there was nothing like, separate freshers, repeaters and all that. Everybody went through the same thing. So we were a group of 10 in GTO. We had one person from Minerva Academy, and there were 3 repeaters. One was hardcore repeaters of 5 times and all that, and the others were 2-3 times like that. So when this series of tests started of PGT, these boys took off. They were handling the Balli Fatta and all that, and people like me who were freshers, we were following them because we were somewhat inhibited and they had the experience they had gone through. So they were leading. But what happened, by the time we reached PGT2, we realized that they are not going to do a good job of leading. And their confidence also got shaken up because what they were doing was not successful. And by that time we had reached PGT4, they had become somewhat subdued, and this thing continued in HGT. And by that time we had come to FGT, the people with real merit only were in the leading role, while these people who started with the, leaders handling the things and all that 4-time repeaters, they were far more subdued. So something like that exactly is going to happen when you go for an SSB also. So do not get overly bothered. The GTO is going to make an assessment in a holistic manner, and he understands that first time you are seeing, so you are inhibited, and slowly as you understand, you are gaining in confidence and you are able to get a hang of doing this Balli Patta task. So that is how it is going to be. So please don't get bothered. It is not, this assessment is not that कि ये 5 नंबर का क्वेश्चन है तो अब 5 में से 2 ही मिले आपको, क्या पीजीटी में आपको 5 में से 2 मिला तो अब ये कहानी खत्म हो गया। ऐसा नहीं है असेसमेंट सिस्टम। आपका जब लास्ट एफजीटी खत्म हो जाएगा, उसके बाद आपका जो है टोटल असेसमेंट जो होलिस्टिक होगा, that is what the GTO is going to record as his assessment. So do not get overly bothered by this, and the outlook towards this entire assessment should be the way I am telling you. The same thing would apply to your psychology test also. कि पहला स्टोरी आपसे कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ, so it's not that कि वो उस स्टोरी का असेसमेंट हो गया, वो खत्म हो गया कि ये ना 10 नंबर का पहला स्टोरी था तो इसमें से आपको 2 ही नंबर मिला. Not like that. Holistic assessment will be done about your personality after seeing the entire thing of once the psychologist read the entire stuff, then he will make a deliberate assessment. That's how things work in the selection system. Yes, next please.
Related questions. Yuvraj Singh Bist is asking, sir, I have been facing a lot of health problems for the past 2 years, and consequently I am unable to appear for NDA. I have lost confidence in my health. Sir, in general, health and fitness, that is most ignored by our generation.
You see, if you have not been able to attend, write your NDA written exam, or that's what I presume. So, I mean, you have to just get healthier. I do not know your specific what nature of problem you have faced, injuries, or some, COVID or what. I had no idea what dengue, what you got. So I cannot really give a blanket solution to your case, Yuvraj. Overall, is that the point what Yogita is trying to hint at is that health is important, because if we stay healthy, only then can we perform well in other things. If you have a healthy body, bolte bhi hai na, healthy mind in a healthy body, that thing is there. If your supporting the systems of the body are good and healthy, only then your mind will be in a position to function well. So you have to take care, you cannot ignore. So having the right kind of diet, taking regular exercise is important for everybody. It is just that Indian society tends to neglect this important part as a culture. So please don't fall in this culture and make effort to stay healthy, because it is a good thing for everybody in the long run, and it will perform you. It will help you perform better as far as your thinking abilities are concerned also. And you can refer to our, physical and medical guide. it will give you good idea. This is a small thing. It hardly takes any time. How much time it will take to read Yogita, this entire stuff?
If even if there is a slow reader, we will need 1 week max to max.
नहीं, एक बार में पढ़ने के लिए 1 हफ्ता लग जाएगा. चलो, maybe. So that's your assessment. ठीक है, so that's what it is. It's a pretty short thing. You can read and assimilate it and apply it in your life. Fine. So do that. Health is important. Please take care of it. Yeah. Next.
Vipul Padaria is asking, in the PIQ, is it okay not to mention cousins in the column and reveal later that the candidate is from a joint family? There is a joint family, so how to write brothers and sisters in the PIQ form?
We are asking of direct only relations. We are not asking about cousins and all that. In joint family, scope is not there for writing on that. It may become huge numbers, but there is no issue. You see, PIQ form is just one. It is a sort of a skeleton which is available to the interviewing officer, based on which he structures his questions to know about you. So while he is asking about your family, and you do not stay in a nuclear family but a joint family, you can state that, and thereafter explain the things. You don't have to start explaining. He will ask you questions, and it will give him a clear picture as to what kind of circumstances you have grown up in. I myself grew up in a joint family, and so I don't remember what all interviewing officer asked me, but those indicators he would have asked and I would have given answers accordingly. So you don't have to get bothered. देखो, PIQ फॉर्म से नहीं select, PIQ फॉर्म नहीं select होता है, select individual होता है. That should be your outlook. So don't have to mention about cousins and all that.
Yes, sir. Ravi Upadhyay is asking, an SRT wherein conflicting orders are received from two seniors.
Okay.
SRT.
Yeah, this is a very relevant question, and such things do happen in our life. It happened so many times in my life where you will get conflicting orders because world is not perfect, and people have their own egos and they're trying to grind their own axes. So such things you will come across. Now, hypothetically speaking, you are in a corporate world. So you have received an order from your immediate reporting officer, and you have received a different order from your senior who is above the senior and who is away, who is not at that location, he is little away somewhere. So let us say, for example, hypothetically speaking, your immediate reporting officer told you that your marketing का काम करना है, इसके लिए कल दिल्ली आप चले जाना. And जो दूसरा वाला है उसने फोन करके बोला उससे ऊपर वाले सीनियर ने कि भाई ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट काम है, तुम ये मार्केटिंग करने के लिए मुंबई चले जाना. अब सिंपल सी बात है, आप दो जगह तो पहुंच नहीं सकते हो, एक ही जगह जा सकते हो. So what you should do is you should go to your immediate reporting officer and tell him कि सर आपने दिल्ली जाने के लिए बोला था, उधर से फोन आया सीनियर का, वो बोल रहे हैं मुंबई जाने के लिए, तो अभी मैं क्या करूं? And then you obey the confirmed order. The onus of clarifying the situation rests now with your immediate reporting officer. So that is something which you should do, and it would be a good thing to do. This will, in this manner, you will not be disobeying any order, and you will also not be creating any confusion in the organization. This is something which you should do, and this logic applies in the defense services also. Like, I take it that I am a major, I am a company commander, and my commanding officer has given me a particular order, and I get an order directly by the brigadier Saab then I should be conveying it to the commanding officer, who is a colonel junior to him, and thereafter obey the order which the colonel Saab gives me. That is the right thing to do. I hope this situation has been clarified, or you want me to just tell verbatim what you should be writing in the SRT response? People are very fond of these things. So I would say you will reach, contact your immediate reporting officer, convey to him the different order passed by the other senior, and then obey the confirmed order. I hope it is amply clear now. Yeah.
And then Shaurya is asking how to justify preferences in the form. That is, if he has appeared for Air Force entry, now he had been conference out. Now there is another entry, NDA entry, and he is opting for Army first. So preference, what is the importance and how it affects the interview, the preference Army, Navy, Air Force?
Okay. You see, Indian society has got a lot of complications, and we create a lot of complications by ourselves. I keep trying to tell all of you to keep things simple. If, let us say, hypothetically speaking, you have gone for an SSB of Air Force, and Air Force is your third choice by a huge margin. Your first choice is Navy, second choice is Army, and if nothing works out, you want to join Air Force. So exactly like that, you should tell the interviewing officer that Air Force is my third choice. I would definitely prefer Navy or Army above Air Force. And if what I am saying is you have understood it, then whether you go for the SSB of Navy or Army, you should answer in the same way. That is, for Navy, you say it is my first choice. And for the Army, you go and say it is my second choice. Because your choice in real life is Navy first, Army second, and Air Force third. So you should tell in all SSBs exactly the same. See, why this problems comes is because there is a corporate world. Corporate world is a huge world. And corporate world is a world based on lies. Why it is based on lies is that or it may happen that 24 hours before you have come to know about one company and you have gone for the job interview of that company. And actually you are expected to say that this was my dream company since the day I was born. And I wanted to join this company, and the HR person taking your interview is also very happy. And when this same HR person gets a raise of 5,000 rupees more, he leaves this dream company and goes to the other company. जैसे आप पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज में भी देखते हो, इतना आइडियोलॉजी की बात होती है, लेकिन थोड़ा बहुत पैसा वैसा मिलता है, तो then you see how people jump from one political party to another. So this is a world of opportunists. Defense services, we don't have much respect for such opportunists. We respect honesty far more. So, coming back to the same question, if you have gone for Air Force interview and it happens to be your third choice, but still you are found good enough to be selected, you will be selected. And we have an example, Vaibhav, one among our students, Yogita would be remembering, and a lot of you would be remembering. You can check his interview on the YouTube channel. He is a die-hard guy to join Army, and he has twice cleared Air Force SSBs and not cleared SSB for IMA. So he is joining Air Force Academy. From there, again, he will be going to attend IMA SSB. Fine. Though he has been cleared by Air Force twice, एक बार मतलब ज्वाइन कर रहा है, मेरिट में आ भी गया है, अभी भी मेडिकल शेडिकल उसका एयरफोर्स का दोबारा हो गया है, and now he'll be going for IMA SSB. So his choice is IMA, and exactly the same way he told the interviewing officer. Fine. I hope this has been amply clarified now, Yogita. We can move to the next.
Yeah, thank you, sir. We'll meet next time, Sunday, 10 a.m. And for specific questions, please write to us at nofrillsacademy@gmail.com.
Thank you, Yogita. Thanks a lot, boys and girls.